The Phoenix Suns, Rob. All right, I'm gonna say quickly because I know you want to pounce. You want to unleash. Once again, Rob, they drop a 2-0 lead. Last year in the finals, they led Milwaukee 2-0. And an individually great player, Giannis Antetokounmpo, was too much for him. And then to this year, in the second round, after running to the best record in the league, they lead 2-0 and then lose 4 of the next 5. Another individually great player takes them out, Luka Doncic. And Rob, I don't know if you're aware of this. Chris Paul is the only player in NBA history to lose 5 series in the playoffs where he led 2-0. We talk about Doc Rivers blowing the 3-1 leads. No other player, Rob, even has 4. And CP3 now has 5.
Shocking. It really is. But Chris, I told you so. I've been telling you for a year and a half now. The Phoenix Suns are Fugazi, fraudulent. Yes. We've seen it now over and over. Their run to the finals last year, which I didn't even validate or think was legit, because they rolled over every team they faced, had a major star missing. Anthony Davis from the Lakers. That turned the series around in their favor. Jamal Murray from the Nuggets. He was gone. And then the Clippers without Kawhi Leonard. I mean, and now this year, here you go, Chris. They can't get it done. They were up 2-0 in the finals last year and lost the next 4 games. This year, again, first round, star hurt. What happened? They win. Right? We're talking about Zion, correct? This year,
Zion was out the whole year. I mean, come on, we can't.
No, but I'm saying, but they're star
we're really
player.
playing fast and
yes,
loose.
I am
with the big names.
Their record now is 4-0 when major stars are out in the last 2 postseasons, and 0-2 when they face healthy teams with their stars. And you saw it with Luka. All I'm saying, Chris, is you could sit here and make all the excuses you want in the world. They were up 2-0 in this series. They were the best team all year. You thought they were the best team all year, correct? I'm just asking you as validation, okay?
They were.
They won games like crazy. Everybody was like, hey, and then they had the nerve. Was it Devin Booker? They're on a revenge tour is what he said it was. A revenge tour? Revenge for what? They had their way with everybody a year ago.
They wanted Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. If you get to Milwaukee and say it's a revenge in the finals, I'll buy that. But they're just where I thought they would be, Chris. I never bought into them. Chris Paul, his record speaks for itself. You just said it. Him and Devin Booker, 0 for 11 in the first half in their own crib. They choked so bad that Dr. Heimlich wouldn't even want to waste a maneuver on them, Chris. That's how bad it was. They were so piss poor that the Washington Generals wanted to throw confetti on them during the game. That's bad. And worst of all...
Don't say that on June 9th, please.
Not at the comedy club? No, that won't work.
Don't use that one.
And worst of all, though, Chris, they were supposed to be, as Mike Bream, as I think you said it, a couple people, Reggie Miller, maybe it was Reggie Miller, I can't remember.
I know I came.
You know what I was going to say.
Like San Antonio?
Yes, that they were going to come back
Reggie
after they
stole
lost.
that take from me.
Who was that? Who stole it?
Reggie Miller.
Yeah, Reggie Miller. I heard that on Dan Patrick.
He heard it from me first.
Okay, I know you two. All right, now don't be so quick to claim
I said it first. No,
but my point is, and you remember when I had the pushback on that, is that the Spurs had won a championship
right
prior to that, and I said that's why it wasn't the same. But anyway, here we are. You smell that? That's the Phoenix Suns. And the happiest man in Phoenix is Kyler Murray. Because nobody will remember that stinking playoff game he had, Chris. You remember? Which was god-awful against the Rams. And now to lose in that fashion at home in front of your home crowd in a Game 7 was embarrassing.
It was an embarrassment. There's no doubt about it. And look, since you tried to put it on me,
I'm just
like
telling you
I told
facts.
you so. No, here's what you told me, Rob Parker. Memphis was winning the West.
No, we're not talking about Memphis right now. We're talking about the Suns.
And Milwaukee is winning the East. That's what you told me. So I'm just saying, I don't know about all this. I told you. Because here's the deal. You're right. They beat a bunch of injured teams last year. But guess what? They were injured too. And I don't even want to defend. They don't deserve defending. I'm defending myself. Because last year, Chris Paul was out in that Lakers City series. He played, but 4 of the games, he didn't even play 30 minutes. Because he had a shoulder injury. He missed the first 2 games of the Clippers series. Milwaukee also played a bunch of Fugazi teams on there. They played freaking Atlanta. Atlanta is a mediocre squad at best. And that's who they played in the Eastern Conference Finals. So last year was a strange year because of injuries, and there's a bunch of injuries this year. You know, Boston, I got the utmost respect for Boston, but Milwaukee was without his second best player, Chris Middleton. You know, injuries are a part of the game. I'm not going to dump on the Suns for taking advantage of it, but what I will say is what they did this year was an embarrassment. An absolute embarrassment, Rob. And Chris Paul, there's a lot of blame to go around. Whenever you get beat by 33, you trail by, I think, 42 in a Game 7 at home. Whenever one player equals, right? It was Luka 27, Suns 27 at halftime. That is incredible. And whenever that happens on your home floor, there's a lot of blame to go around, but I put the lion's share of it on Chris Paul, Rob. Because here's the deal. If Chris Paul, his last 5 games were poor, if he just has one of those games is a good game, not even a great game by him, if one of those games is a good game, Rob, they probably don't even have a Game 7. And then yesterday, CP3, Rob, I thought he didn't have energy. I thought he was lifeless. I thought his spirit was broken from Luka. And maybe it was more just physical, but whatever. It looked physical and emotional. But he was worn out. And when your players see their leader, their future Hall of Famer, the guy that turned their franchise around is lifeless, his spirit is gone, they all fed off that. You can say, hey, they got to pick it up. The role players tried. They're not good enough. But Devin Booker, DeAndre Ayton, he had issues with Monty Williams. That team fractured because their leader wasn't there. And now, Rob, they're going home. And Rob, as far as winning a championship, at least in the next couple years, I don't think the Suns, I think they'll be a playoff team next year. I don't think they'll be in the championship mix. Because we don't even know if DeAndre Ayton's going to be there. But
yeah, they didn't they didn't sign him when he had a chance.
Right.
So they already had question marks about him.
Free agent, I believe, so they'll be able to match. But Rob, Chris Paul, it looked like Father Time was sitting in his locker waiting until he turned 37.
And he looks all of 37. No doubt about it.
Yep. So, all right.